Could Gary Holt have joined Metallica instead of Kirk Hammett? The truth revealed. Imagine a world where Gary Holt, the legendary guitarist of Exodus, could have been the one stepping into Metallica's ranks instead of Kirk Hammett. It's a tantalizing thought for fans of thrash metal, and Holt has finally opened up about whether he ever considered taking that leap, and what might have been. In a candid chat on The David Ellefson Show, hosted by ex-Megadeth bassist David Ellefson, Gary Holt reflected on the intense, sometimes complicated relationship between himself, Kirk Hammett, and Metallica. Holt recalls how Kirk's journey from Exodus to Metallica stirred up a lot of drama, with band tensions and lingering bad blood. Despite the chaos, Holt chose to stay out of the fray, focusing on his own path. But the question remains, if Metallica had called Holt instead of Kirk back in the day, would he have said yes? His answer? A backhanded but honest probably not. Holt admits that change was scary when he was younger. He preferred feeling safe in his comfort zone and explains that, back then, joining Metallica meant stepping into a band that was still finding its footing, playing clubs, releasing an independent album, and not yet the legendary giants they would become. If he had known how massive they'd get, Holt confesses he'd have traveled back in time to kick his own ass for missing out. Interestingly, Holt also clears up a common rumor, whether he ever thought of bringing Dave Mustaine, former Metallica guitarist, to Exodus after Kirk's departure. Holt's simple, nope. Instead, he gives a heartfelt shout-out to Kirk Hammett, saying, "Congrats, brother. Thanks for getting me started and teaching me my first licks." It's a genuine nod to their old friendship and the musical journey they shared. Gary's earliest memory of Kirk is a scene from high school, a spontaneous jam in the music room of Richmond High. He remembers how watching Kirk strum, even attempting to sing Scorpions' Another Piece of Meat, was rough but electrifying. It was that moment, close up and real, that made Holt realize exactly what he wanted to do with his life. From that day, guitar became his world, and their shared experience sparked a friendship that lasted years. When asked about his favorite Metallica song, Holt's pick is Damage Incorporated, a track that fuels his passion and remains close to his heart. On another note, Holt recounts how some riffs from Exodus's classic debut, Bonded by Blood, initially had Kirk Hammett's fingerprints on them, at least until Kirk left the band. Holt vividly remembers the day he showed Kirk a riff for Strike of the Beast, and how Kirk attempted to tweak it, trying to get his own touch in. Yet, interestingly, none of Kirk's riffs ended up on Exodus's recordings until much later, in 2004. Their early lineup was a true thrash metal powerhouse: Hammett, Agnello, Hunt, and Keith Stewart, before Holt joined in 1981, 2 years before Exodus released Bonded by Blood. Despite never being branded as one of the Big Four, Exodus's influence is undeniable. Their pioneering album inspired band after band: Testament, Death Angel, Violence, and set the stage for the entire genre. Even Kirk himself has hinted at the interconnected stories of riffs and melodies. During a 2018 interview, he revealed that Exodus demos, including Die by His Hand and Impaler, somehow found their way into Metallica's legendary albums Ride the Lightning, not because he intentionally borrowed, but because their old demos just happened to catch Metallica's ear during a pivotal moment. Sometimes, metal history feels like one big family reunion, full of chance encounters, missed opportunities, and legendary riffs that forever tie these musicians together. Holt's story adds another layer to that rich tapestry, showing us that the choices we make shape more than just our careers. They define the paths of an entire genre.